What is going on, homies? It's your boy Stumped back for another OPTC video, and in today's video we are taking on Garp's challenge Revolutionary Army 2 for the final time on OPTC Global. Well, at least for a little while anyway. As of tomorrow, this content, the Revolutionary Army 1 and 2, as well as Heavenly Demon 1 and 2, will be wrapping up, and it is being replaced by the annual challenges. So this is the final time we are going to be taking on Revolutionary Army 2 for the meantime, so I thought what better way to do it than with my boy Halloween Shanks and the unit I don't have, Halloween Law. So decided to team the two of them up, the two new Int super typings on OPTC Global, as well as bringing the Int Mihawk as well to take down Revolutionary Army 2. But before I continue this video, I do want to give a huge shout out to my boy Kruby G Gamer. The link to his channel will be in the description below. He is a man that reached out to me and has helped me a lot on my YouTube journey. And asked if he could edit a video, and the man did not disappoint. He's done a fantastic job with the overlays. He's done a terrific job of trimming this video down. The audio sounds great. Huge shout out to him. So the link to his channel will be down in the description below. Make sure to head down there, send the boy some love, send the boy a sub, and while you're down there, make sure to hit the like button on this video too, as the man worked very, very hard. And if you are new to my channel, hit that big red subscribe button as well. If you want to be notified by YouTube when I post my stuff, hit that little bell icon too. But on stage 3, we come up against Hack. So Hack is surrounded by 3 other sort of lackeys as well, and they all have a good barrier. So we do get 3 turns of attack down here from Hack and a 50% HP cut. So that's where the special of Corazon is an absolute god on this particular team. Now Corazon isn't boosted by law, and neither is Mancherry when you are the Mancherry of Shirashari. But the specials of Corazon is just unrivaled for this particular piece of content, as attack down is so prevalent. So utilizing his special on this turn to remove the attack down and give ourselves a heal is very, very handy. After that, we can use the barrier pen from Shanks, Law, and Mihawk to take out the enemies around the outside, and then we can take out Hack on the 2nd or 3rd turn, depending if you are not a spoon or not, and you can hit your perfects, or if you can hit the good actually, as I hit with Mihawk for some reason first, and didn't hit a good. But as you can see, with the end of turn damage from Law, we can take out Hack fairly easily. When Hack dies, he does another like HP cut, which is a little bit annoying, but it's not the end of the world. Next we move on to Ivankov and 2 of the Kama girls. They are going to bind and despair your captains for 4 turns and roll your captains and middle row specials back by 2 turns as well. Very, very annoying, but very easy to get around. So what we can actually do here is we can actually use our Rayleigh special. Make sure Rayleigh is obviously in the bottom row, and it's very important that he's actually in the bottom left specifically, as we are going to need his special again later in the run. So we're going to use his special there to remove those defects, and then we can use the special of Mihawk, and we can take out the redhead Kama girl in the back. Now, if you're not a spoon like myself, you would have hit a perfect there, and you would actually done a lot more damage to Ivankov as well. So then that way, when you take the damage and throw it back with Law, you can actually take them out on the first turn, get the carryover effect of Mihawk into the next stage, and actually utilize that special to its full potential. But as you can see, even as a spoon of a player like myself, you can still get it done. So we do use the switchability of Shirashari here to make sure that we do get some rainbow orbs as well. You do want to try and carry as many rainbow orbs into this particular stage against Sabo Koala as well, as they give you that very annoying debuff where they make every single orb unfavorable. They also put up normal attacks only for 7 turns or something like that, and they give us the lowered recovery for 2 turns. What we want to do here is we want to try and take out Koala as quickly as possible. So utilizing the switchability of Shirashari to give ourselves rainbow orbs is a very easy way to get around that every single color is non-matching debuff. So unfortunately, we just didn't have enough damage to take out Koala, but if you did have the carryover effect of Mihawk, you wouldn't have had an issue taking her out there. Once we take out Koala on the 2nd turn, we can turn our focus to Sabo, and we can use 3 turns to take out Sabo. Obviously, the first turn attacking Koala, the 2nd turn killing Koala, and now the 3rd turn is going to take him out. After the 3rd turn, he does have like a big death hit, so you do want to make sure that that doesn't happen. Very, very important that doesn't happen. Otherwise, obviously, it's the end of your run. Unfortunately, because we do have normal attacks only, we can't really utilize Law's like return damage, but it is going to come back later for us when we move into the next stage. Make sure you guys are running the Magello ship. It is very, very important you have the Magello ship, as you do need damage reduction, and I would recommend having max damage reduction sockets. because with the captain ability of Shanks and damage reduction, we can basically stay alive, and utilizing that is the reason that we've actually managed to get this run done. So on the next stage, we come up against Morley. Morley is a strength unit who puts up 5 turns of resilience. This is where it's going to get a little bit stally, as he does have 2 turns of threshold and defense up, and when those 2 turns of defense up and threshold go away, he actually applies more. But the thing is, because we are stalling on this particular stage, we can actually remove the normal attacks only debuff, and that way Law can start actually putting up some real big numbers on Morley. Morley, every single turn, well, yeah, so he attacks every 2 turns for around 24,000 with the damage reduction sockets. We are healing back for around 6k, I think it is, something like that. Depending on if you get lucky with meat orbs as well on that second turn. But after that, Morley's actually going to turn all of our orbs into dex orbs every single turn. And he gives us a 1.1 times chain lock, which is very, very annoying. But because we don't need Shirishiri's special until the very end, you can actually use that to stay alive. Again, huge shout out to Kruvy there for putting up the subscribe button. If you are new to the channel, make sure to hit the subscribe button. Head down to this description below. Head over to my boy's channel. Hit the subscribe button there as well. Make sure to hit a like on this video, as the man did a wonderful, wonderful job. As you can see there, we do get fairly close to dying, so do double check your health and see how much damage you are taking from Morley, as we can use the super typing of Law to give us a heal as well. That heal from Law is actually really, really strong, and for very long content, actually makes Law like somewhat viable, and actually gives him sort of the opportunity to be run. Pairing him up with either Mihawk or Shanks works very, very well as well. Once the defense effects are gone from Morley's, when we can actually start doing a fair, decent chunk of damage, as we can start hitting our perfects. Well, we were always hitting our perfects, right, because we were getting the healing from Shanks, but the perfects are actually starting to do damage. And with that, every time he throws out back damage to us, we can actually, every time he throws damage at us, we can actually throw it back with Law's captain ability. Once we have all the defects gone and we have our Corazon special back, we can use our Mihawk special here to give ourselves the attack boost for our int units, and that way we can actually take out Morley. On the next stage, we actually come up against Belo, Betty, and 5 random girls, I guess, who are 1 of each color. They give us 3 turns of attack down and 3 turns of paralysis. So this is where the Corazon special again is very, very important, as we can use that to give ourselves a full heal, remove the paralysis and the attack down, and then with the carryover effect of Mihawk, we can guarantee ourselves a kill on Belo Betty, as we do switch into Shirahoshi on this particular stage, which means we do have an orb with type advantage and super typing, which means that Belo Betty just gets absolutely crushed. On to the next stage against Lindbergh now. Lindbergh is going to bind, I think he binds us and gives us 4 turns of paralysis. Yeah, so he binds our top, bottom, right, and middle left. So utilizing Rayleigh in the bottom left spot is 100% required. That way we can actually remove all of those nasty defects. Unfortunately, though, we can't get around the non-matching orbs. So this is where I use the Shanks super typing and special to give ourselves a chain buff. But what you could actually do here is you could actually use the Shirishiri special to give yourselves a full board of orbs. And then you could actually use Law's special to actually amplify the orbs. And with that, you should be able to kill Lindbergh. Now, the upside to doing it that way, and not the way that I actually did it, is it means that you could most likely move in to the next stage against Karasu with normal attacks only. And the reason that is so big is that then you can actually get Law's end of turn damage. But now that I'm actually thinking about it, it actually may like shaft you in the sense of you actually need to stall back out for Law's special. And that could be very, very difficult when you're throwing so much damage back at Karasu. Something to note, but if you do decide to try it with the by like removing the normal attacks only debuff or carrying it into the Karasu stage, let me know in the comment section below if it did manage to work. But as you can see, the way that I did it there, I just didn't want to take that risk. So I decided to take out Lindbergh over the 3 turns, utilizing Law's orb boost on the final for the final hit. So that way we can carry. Excuse me. So that way we can move into the next stage against Karasu. Now, Karasu puts up 2 turns of threshold, and he gives us despair for every 2 turns. But with the amazing captain ability of Law, we don't have to worry about the despair, as it's going to get removed every single turn. But we still have to worry about the threshold. Again, very similar to the Morley stage. Make sure you are hitting your perfects. Otherwise, you will die. Just straight up, you'll die. Using the Magellan's ship and damage reduction sockets and Shanks' healing mechanic is just absolutely GOAT mode for this particular piece of content. As you're stalling through to when you get your Corazon special back, you can pop that every now and again to get the healing, as well as you can remove that annoying chain debuff that Karasu can apply as well. We are switching with Shirashiri every single turn as well. That way we can just guarantee ourselves some like a rainbow orb on our Shirahoshi whenever it comes around. So that way when the threshold is gone, we can actually just deal out a lot more damage as well. As you guys can see, we are getting quite a lot of healing from Shanks as well. I think V1, Rayleigh, and Shanks both have pinch healing as well. I'm not 100% sure if Law has pinch healing. I have to double check if Law has pinch healing or even Shirashiri. But just with the captain ability of Shanks, we can get quite a bit of healing. Every single turn, Karasu will roll out orbs too, so there is the chance you could land on recovery orbs as well. But unfortunately, this is where the stall, like this piece of content is fairly stally, especially for like a team that's just not like an uber powerhouse. Someone like Roger, Odin, like even like V2 Luffy can just absolutely tear their way through this particular piece of content. But where most of the teams and the whole idea of this particular piece of content, it was sort of just designed to sort of stall on this Karasu stage, keep on healing, and then just can like wait until you can get all your specials back. So basically what we want to do here is we just want to stall out on Karasu to the point where we get our Law special back. Once Law special is back, we can wait until the threshold is gone, and then we can pop our Mihawk and we can pop our Law special, as they both have that amazing carryover effect where if you hit a certain amount of perfects with Mihawk, you get the buff for the next turn. And Law has that extra ability where it's just like after the 2 turns, that next ability will trigger. So using them both in tandem works so exceptionally well, because that way you can actually get 2 turns of a 2.25 attack and orb boost, and then a 2.5 attack and orb boost moving into the final stage. So as you can see here, this is where the threshold's gone across. We do have our specials now. We did manage to get some orbs on Law. That is another thing too. You do want to make sure that you do have at least 2 orbs in this particular stage. So that way you can just output enough damage to kill Karasu. And honestly, we had like so much damage with the 2 orbs, but there we go. Once we move into the final stage against Sabo Koala, they are going to give us a full board of block orbs, and that's where the special of Shirashiri is absolutely GOAT mode. Then we can just pop our Rayleigh special and our Shanks special for the chain boost, as well as the easier hitting perfects, and that will just be GG. So I hope you guys enjoyed this one. If you did, make sure to belt that like button, and if you want to stay up to date with more OPTC content I post, hit that big red subscribe button too. And guys, make sure you head down to that description, hit Kruby's link, head over there, send my boy a sub. Huge love and huge shout out to the man for the amazing work that he's done. But guys, most importantly, enjoy the rest of your day. As always, I thank you guys for watching, and I will catch you all in the next one. Let's... Shanks, you're a beautiful bastard.